Now I'm going to do something so terribly 2005. I'm going to attempt to start a tag, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, clearly you haven't been on AuthorTube on like the past 5 years.
This is only the beginning of my true resurrection.
Arriving on the nightmare, praying for a dream.
True resurrection.
I want you to know that I just wasted the last 40 minutes recording this stupid video.
Because obviously the algorithm is not going to be affecting, too many creators too positively. And even if it is affecting creators positively, ironically enough, the ones that have a decent following are the ones complaining about the algorithm.
YouTube takes some persistence. You gotta be willing to put in the work. You gotta be willing to be patient. Which is why I wanted to talk about the Artists Against Algorithms tag. So, Lena Norms created a video. I actually first watched this video from Kate Kavanaugh. She also brought up some different points that I'm going to kind of talk about. Lena Norms was more so talking about, how a computer is supposed to be able to judge art and then recommend said art to various peoples who might enjoy said art on the platform. Well, I want to start off by saying that a computer is about as close as you're going to get to a neutral party when it comes to promoting art. If a person is getting up there and recommending art to other people, that's according to personal preference. You mentioned censorship with the LGBTQ videos that you recommended. A person that might disagree with another person according to their preferences as far as religion or politics or just simply disliking a person is going to be a form of bias, and I don't think we really want that to be promoting our material on the platform. I mean, you want to talk about censorship, YouTube will censor literally anybody attacking them, just like your video. I had to actually click on the links in order to find your video because you titled it, Am I Being Controlled by YouTube? The only YouTube bashing videos that I'm able to find are the ones that are getting success in mass, because the one thing that YouTube likes, aside from protecting its reputation, is the moolah. So let's talk about the algorithm. Let's talk about what an algorithm is real quick. An algorithm is basically a preference-designed computer-based system that is meant to recommend videos according to your recent viewing. If you liked this, you might like this, in a nutshell. And you can't really blame a computer for not recommending. Okay. I do find it kind of ironic that the people that are creating this tag, I don't know why it has to be a tag video, why can't it just be a simple discussion? I do find it kind of ironic that the people that have created this tag and that are using this tag are the ones that actually have a decent following. Lena Norms mentioned that people had subscribed to her channel but they weren't necessarily being recommended her videos. And I believe this is why YouTube had created the bell. There was a huge controversy when YouTube let it be known that they weren't going to really have the recommended feed according to your subscriptions anymore. You had to hit the notification bell if you wanted to get literally every single video of that person recommended to you. But I believe that the reason they did it is because YouTube has become so massive. And I don't just mean there are so many different creators out there and so many different communities and different platforms being used. There are so many people doing the same exact thing. So of course, the people that are going to take priority when it comes to a specific genre, when it comes to a specific type of video, are the ones that already have a decent following and a decent viewing. They're the ones that have gotten their editing down pat. They're the ones that have the beautiful aesthetic. They are the ones that have the good following and the good thing going. YouTube is a business. And on AuthorTube, we have so many people doing the exact same thing as everybody else. But here's the thing, and this is kind of where Kate Kavanaugh's video comes in, is because she had mentioned that she felt creatively restricted. If you are just starting out, despite what other AuthorTubers and despite what other booktubers are telling you to be like them in order to have a successful channel, just don't. There's already so much of it already. The competition is way, way too steep. Unless you have a good marketing team, a good PR team, a really good camera, a really good aesthetic, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to climb unless you are willing to put in the work of networking. Or, you know, you could just spam drama videos one after another and get the entire community to follow you back. If you are new and starting out, now is the time to experiment. Now is the time to figure out what you want for your channel, to figure out what you want to do for your brand and for your platform. How do you want to use your voice? How do you want to promote your videos? In the beginning is the best time to experiment. And even if you've got like 1,000 subscribers or 800 subscribers or even like 10,000 subscribers, you are still in that phase of like, you can figure out what you want for that channel before you get, you know, a steady following. And if you're already that channel that has a steady following and you just feel like you're being creatively suppressed, I would say, you know, just experiment a little and sprinkle those videos in. People are not going to unsubscribe from you because you put out one video that they didn't like. I think we need a little more variety when it comes to the creativity on AuthorTube and on Book. We have so many people doing the same videos and the same thing. I mean, look at me. I'm rehashing the same video of me complaining about everything that's wrong with AuthorTube. But that's really what it boils down to. You know, people are going to be tired of watching the same exact thing over and over and over. And that could be why you're losing followers. Just saying. I know that's why I've personally unsubscribed from a lot of AuthorTube channels. I've talked to people in person and on the internet who have done the same exact thing because after 3 months of watching these same exact videos by so many different creators presented the same exact way, talking about the same generic advice, the same generic discussions, we're over it. We get it. You can only promote the newbie stuff for so long. Newbie writers do not last forever. Those writers want to grow. They want to adapt. They want to learn how to better their writing. They are past that phase. So where are the videos for the more advanced writers? Where are the videos for the writers that are stuck in the middle, that haven't exactly gotten to that advanced stage, but they don't know how to get there? Is it just because creators on this platform don't know how to get there themselves, so they stick with what they do know? If that's the case, you need to be able to adapt in order for AuthorTube to be able to evolve, because it's become stagnant. I don't think an algorithm is purely the problem for videos not getting the attention that their creators seem to think that they deserve. Maybe their audience is somewhere else, but you have to also realize that that audience is not going to know what to look for in the search bar. I want more videos like Just Right and Lessons from a Screenplay and Phil Mento and Lindsay Ellis. And over the years, I feel like I've collected a decent number of subscriptions to channels like them. It's a gradual process, because their categories are so niche that even I don't know what to look for. Unless you look for them by name, by channel, and then go to their channel and look up other channels that are recommended or that they've collabed with, they're going to be very difficult to find. Lena Norm's videos have been recommended to me on my feed. They're not my thing, but I think that it's just, we kind of need to break through that protective bubble and that little shell of, you know, being afraid to lose our audience and being afraid to lose our following. And I'm not saying that like you don't want to pay attention to what people obviously like on your channel, but that should not hinder you from creating the content that you want to experiment with. And we're writers, like AuthorTube especially, we should be some of the most creative people on this platform. We should be able to put forth our imagination through our videos and our personalities through our videos without worrying so much about what people think about us. The numbers are going to affect our videos so much. How are we going to feel when it comes to writing? How are we supposed to put forth our most honest works, our own personal truths and perspectives, when we're so afraid of complete strangers just unsubscribing from our channels? Some of these fears I feel like we could talk a little bit more on here, but nobody really wants to talk about the darker, more honest truths and the darker things that writers and artists on YouTube kind of have to face. I don't think that blaming an algorithm is going to fix any problems. I don't think getting rid of an algorithm is going to fix any problem. That's kind of why I wanted my channel to be the way that it is. I feel like I have a voice and I can use this platform to freely express myself about books. I'm able to see things and I'm able to express things and do things with my videos that I have the freedom to, because I don't want my videos to be ruled by the fear of what other people think about me or about my content. And I'm not saying that you want to go the whole other route and you want to be, you know, fully unedited and fully transparent on this platform because that's a totally different problem. But we could use a little bit of honesty. I know that not all of the writers on there that are toting that they are writing for a living are actually writing for a living. I know that you secretly have a 9 to 5 because we all have bills to pay, and your book sales are not exactly through the roof. These writers also want to portray that image, that they want to be the writer that other writers aspire to, because that means success. I still think AuthorTube needs to change. And I think that's why it's become stagnant. And now it's gotten to the point where I have to actually get up on a computer to defend computers, and I feel dead inside. So until next time.